Hi everyone, my name is Juliana Oliveira. I come from CENTI, which is the Center of Nanotechnology and Smart Materials. We are located in Famalicão, in the north of Portugal. We are a non-profit research center. We are dedicated to nanotechnology and technology transfer towards the industry. We are here in the Nanotexnology conference for the dissemination of BIOMAT. BIOMAT is an European project that's being coordinated by CENTI. I'm the representative of the coordinating team. BIOMAT has the goal to establish an open innovation testbed for the production of nano-enabled bio-based polyurethane foams and composites for the 5 top markets with the highest requirements of for these materials, which is building and construction, automotive, and furniture embedding. Our consortium is built of 26 partners, and we came together to explore sustainable alternatives for the production of bio-based foams. So our goal is to take renewable resources or low-value residues from industries such as agricultural and forest industries and use them to extract components, bio-based components, for the production of foams, so placing high emphasis on sustainability, circularity, and renewable resources, and then use those bio-based components to produce foams, and then apply them to products such as mattresses, seat cushions, insulation panels, for example.
Is it what you illustrate here?
So here you have some of the raw materials that we use to extract the products. So here you have different types of rice husks that we use to extract silica, bio-based silica that we use as nanofillers to improve the mechanical properties of the bio-based foams. So as part of BIOMAT, we aim to establish, as I said, an open innovation testbed. Our catalog of services will be quite polyvalent. We will have 12 pilot lines dedicated to the pilot scale production of components and foams, and as well as a range of horizontal support services such as LCA and LCC development and establishments, and product characterization, and then not anymore. Tell me.
So these materials are in billions and billions of products.
Yes.
Eventually, and that's the market. That's the target.
Yes, because nowadays all polyurethane foams are produced using non-renewable resources, so petroleum-based products. Our goal is to reduce the non-renewable raw materials and substitute them with bio-based materials. That's one of the main focuses of BIOMAT. We are upgrading pilot lines to substitute the petroleum-based materials that we don't want to use anymore because they're non-renewable, and substitute them with bio-based materials to start implementing this innovation at an industrial scale and motivate the uptake of this innovative technologies at an industrial scale. These materials have the ability to be functionalized with appealing properties. So, for example, the nano-bio-based silica can be functionalized to provide added properties such as flame retardancy. For example, here you have a textile that is non-functionalized, so you can see that it was burned quite heavily, and here you have an example of a textile that was functionalized with flame retardant silica particles, and you can see there's quite a difference between the amount of textile that was actually burnt and this one that did not. So one of the functionalities that we are exploring is flame retardancy. The other two that we also are exploring is hydrophobicity and antimicrobial properties. For example, if you have a seat cushion or a mattress with antimicrobial properties, can be quite appealing. And while in BIOMAT, while upgrading these pilot lines to the production, we aim to disseminate them and make them like current practice within the polyurethane sector. As one of the measures of implementation of the project is also the development, the launch of an open tender, which will be launched at the end of this year, and it will be appealing to SMEs, for example, that will be able to profit free of charge of all of the services that we'll have available in our OITB, just by applying to the open calls within the open tender of our OITB. So it will be good for the SMEs that will be able to provide profit from free of charge services, and it will also be good for us as an OITB that will be able to validate and check that all of our products are okay and perfect to go to the next level of industrialization. More questions?
Is there a lot of industrialization of nanomaterials or these kinds of materials? Is it just a continuation of what's been happening in the last 100 years, or is a brand new way of looking at things?
Well, the nanotechnology sector has been growing continuously and exponentially for the last few decades. But right now, the focus is on improving the sustainability of those processes, and that is where BIOMAT and, of course, many other projects and processes are being geared towards to improve the sustainability and towards, of course, the environment-friendly processes associated with nanotechnology.
Is it just working in chemistry, or is it? What are the experts in this field? What do they know?
Okay, you have to think of this as a matter of scale, because you have the developments on a lab scale, and then as you progress in the scale, up to pilot scale and then up to industrial scale, the requirements are different. You establish the chemistry of it all at the lab scale, and then the requirements as you progress in scale start being different. You have to maintain the chemical requirements while satisfying the upgrade of the technology, and then you have other requirements that are regarding for example, the reactors. Then you have the engineering, and then other sectors come into play to guarantee the success of the processes.
Because when you say test bed,
yes,
it sounds like a laboratory. It sounds like where you test.
Test bed. It's quite a new concept. It was a concept that was introduced by the European Commission. An open innovation test bed is a number of entities that come together to provide a number of services, and to facilities. That's the thing. Because if you think that an SME, for example, they might not always have easy access to a pilot scale reactor for the production, or they might not have the knowledge required for the scientific development, and that's where the OITB comes to help. so to speak. So the OITB is a group of entities that come together to provide access to those services, so to provide transfer technology and access to pilot scale facilities that otherwise might not have been easy to access to a small entity, as an SME, for example. So these groups of entities come together within a theme, a scope of research. In the case of BIOMAT is bio-based nano-enabled polyurethane foams, but you can find many others. And the different entities with different levels of knowledge and technology will cooperate and collaborate to provide that service to another entity, such as an SME. And then as we gather the different services and within the catalog that we'll have available in an OITB, we can then disseminate the innovation and the uptake of this new technologies that are the aim of the OITBs.
Because you really want to go from test bed to mass market.
Yes. So this is a way to validate the technology. Okay. So in the scope of, for example, in BIOMAT, we are able to provide services throughout the entire value chain of the polyurethane. So starting from the basic components, polyols, nanofillers, different components, throughout the entire value chain up to the final product. And we can do that from lab scale, validation of technology, up to the pilot scale production, and even in some cases, depending on the scale of the pilot line, even industrial scale. And then we can transfer that knowledge up to SMEs that can then implement them in their own facilities, in their own companies, and improve their services, making them more sustainable, more renewable, and more in line with the circularity of today's economy.
And it's working all over Europe?
Yes. So BIOMAT is a European project. We have 26 partners from all over Europe, and we will be able to provide services to SMEs all over Europe. Yes.
And the discussions you have here in the Nanotexnology conference,
yeah.
There's students, there's startups,
yes,
there's professors, there's all kinds, right?
Yeah. Well, we didn't have the opportunity to discuss a lot. Because we arrived late yesterday, but the idea to disseminate BIOMAT in this environment is, of course, provide our knowledge and our developments, and also learn and absorb all the great developments that are occurring within the nanotechnology. In the last year that's being showcased here in the conference. All discussions are very profitable, and we hope to contribute also for the future of the young researchers here during this week.
It's nice to come to conference with real people.
Indeed, very much so. So actually, BIOMAT is already at its 18 months, and last year we had our first in-person event. So yes, it's great to be back in person to share developments and share ideas face to face. It's a great new thing since the past couple of years in lockdown and talking to people through screens just like now.
And right there behind you it says BIOMAT testbed.eu.
Yes, it's our website. We keep it up to date. We'll please visit. We have the catalog of services that we'll have available on our OITB, all of the current developments, the information on all of the partners on our consortium, the objectives and the description of our project, And soon, with the launch of our open tender, it will be through there that you'll be able to apply to the different open calls. We can't wait to receive all of your requests.
And on the video there,
Yeah.
What kind of illustration are you showing? Can you tilt it a little bit to the camera like this?
So right now, we this is a video of the technologies. More.
Yeah, perfect, like this.
Right now you can see a video of the technologies that we currently have at Senti. Senti is one of the... we are divided into 5 different areas, so smart materials, smart fibers, functional materials. I'm missing one, never mind that. So please just cut that part. It's a bit of a demonstration of the different technologies that we have indoors. So for the electronics and smart fabrication, also smart coating, and the development of different materials. If you want to know more about Senti and our technologies, also you're welcome to visit our website. It's www.senti.pt. You'll have there a description of all of our ongoing projects and all of our capacities and technologies. We'll be happy to...
And where is it in Portugal?
So it's in Famalicão, which is in the north of Portugal, half an hour away from Porto, if you know it.
All right.
Perfect.
So a lot of cool stuff happening over there.
Yeah.
All right. So
What do you think?
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. What do you think?
Thanks. That was cool. All right. Thanks.
Me? I think you.
Right here. Yeah. Something